Have you ever gone on a hike and come back more than memories? Like say an unwanted hitchhiker that's the size of a sesame seed? That's right, we're talking about ticks, and more importantly, what they leave behind. Lyme disease is sneaky. It shows up looking like the flu, acts like fatigue, and fools even the best doctors. But I'm here to tell you, there's some early signs you should never ignore, because if you catch Lyme early, it's treatable. If you miss it, you could be sick for years. So don't just brush off that weird rash, ignore that crushing fatigue, and definitely don't skip this video. Dr. Jason West, and here at the West Clinic, we've been helping people overcome Lyme disease, not just to manage it, but to get their lives back for over 25 years. And today I'm going to share with you the top early signs that most people miss and how to take action, and the exact plan that we use to help people heal without relying heavily on prescriptive medications. So let's jump right in. Let's start with a big one, and that's the bullseye rash. About 70 to 80% of people will develop a rash called erythema migrans. It shows up at the side of the bite and can grow the size of a dinner plate. Now, while everyone talks about the red ring in the pale center, the textbook bullseye, it didn't always look that way. Sometimes it's just a solid red oval. Not itchy, not painful, just kind of there, and it's easy to ignore. Then what can happen is you can have flu-like symptoms that just don't go away. Fever, chills, body aches, crushing fatigue, your joints hurt, your muscles are sore, and you feel like you're wading through peanut butter just trying to think straight. This isn't normal tired, this is something wrong tired. Now, some people get swollen lymph nodes. Others feel weird tingling or numbness in their hands or feet. And so many people with Lyme disease get insomnia where they can't sleep. Some develop facial drooping, what we call Bell's palsy, or one side of the face, it just stops moving. And the worst part is most doctors misdiagnose it. I can't tell you how many people have come to me after years of going to different doctors and just not improving. They've been told it was mono, fibromyalgia, stress, depression, or just a virus. So what do you do if this sounds familiar? First, what I would do is we check baseline labs. That includes a complete metabolic count, a blood cell count, a thyroid panel, vitamin D3 levels, and iron stores. These tests help us understand your overall terrain, because if your system is depleted, infections can take hold more easily. Then what I like to do is to dive deeper into your nutrient deficiencies. You can't fight an infection if your body is running on empty. And we want to make sure your immune system, your detox organs, and your endocrine rejection are all getting the raw materials that they need to do their job. If you have a tick exposure, I consider this a medical emergency. Immediately go to work on your immune system. Sleep, water, healthy foods, vitamin C, and avoid high fructose corn syrup and white sugar as much as possible, because it lowers your immune system effectiveness. And I try to find a healthcare provider with Lyme disease experience. And if possible, engage in a medical research project like ours and have your blood evaluated with medical microscopy. So this system is one of my favorite ways to help with the patient history and your blood test to see if there's Lyme disease markers inside of your system, the spirochetes. And I believe that there are multiple phases of Lyme disease: the biofilm phase, the spore phase, intracellular, and the budding phase. And that's what we have engaged in this medical research project. I think it's one of the best ways to get additional information about Lyme disease. Let's talk about our natural starter bundle. This is the foundational protocol we use to support the immune system and start turning things around. And what I recommend, you can get the full bundle if you go to lymefighter.com. We have a free ebook and a guide to help beat Lyme disease. And this protocol that I recommend, that we've refined over the last 2.5 decades, is a really nice bump start. So I use something called Lyme nosode, which I believe helps the immune system to recognize the Lyme bacteria. You can get this at lymefighter.com. It's where we give our free resource for a guide. And here's what's in our program that we help people across the street or across the country. And then we send in the ground troops, something called Immune Power, a powerhouse blend for immune activation and stability. And then I like to give something called Micro Armor, our favorite support to reduce the bad guys, the microbial load, without harming your system. And then we may even decide to do additional therapies like a Native American herb called LDM 100. It's my favorite immune system activator. And then starting 5 is an animal protein protein that helps the daily foundation for gut health, detox, mitochondrial energy, and then to help your building blocks and your stamina, we may use amino mile that helps with tissue repair, brain function, and healing speed. Now, these aren't random supplements. These are targeted tools based upon what we work again and again with real patients. Now, if you're ready for help, you go to lymefighter.com and download our free resource guide. We have programs to help you across the street or across the country, and it's not just me saying it. You can see the hundreds and thousands of people we've helped on our patient success stories on YouTube and our success blog on our website. And if you want immediate help, go to 208-232-3216 and ask for our patient care coordinator. At the West Clinic, we don't just look at symptoms. We look at the whole body processes. We combine science, natural healing, and it's in a unique way. And our virtual office visit program includes lifestyle guidance, supplement recommendations, and regular accountability. And if you want to get really serious, we offer in-office treatments like high-dose vitamin C therapy, ozone therapy, EBU, neural therapy, protomorphogen therapy, and biologic peptide regulators. Now, for those that can't travel, we have a protocol design that we would literally enact if you were right in front of us in the office. We designed a protocol to help you to get those services with a doctor that's closer to you. So across the street or across the country, our goal, our mission is no more Lyme disease. Now, when we do that, we can reset your nervous system, include some mind-body healing techniques. We can complete that recovery cycle. Look, there are 3 ways to help. One is if we do join our virtual program, we can help you from a long distance. 2, we can do some stuff inside of the office. Or 3, we can design a protocol for your healthcare provider. Look, the worst thing that you can do with Lyme disease is to wait. If something feels off, trust your gut. Don't ignore the red flag symptoms. Take the next step, whether it's our bundle at lymefighter.com or a virtual appointment or a phone call to get clarity. You are not your diagnosis. I'm Dr. Jason West, and I'm here to help you heal. Now, if you've seen value in this video, make sure you check out our other videos on Lyme disease. You can see that right here, and we'll see you on the next video.